Today's a weird one. She's Oh, hi, if you're new here, my name is Sharice. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Over here we are talking about all things lifestyle, beauty, and authentically living well, growing through life's challenges, and learning how to look good while doing all the things that life may throw at us. Today we are going to talk about evolving skincare and relationships because I'm not only 35 and I'm 36. I'll be 37 over the summer very soon, so my skincare has kind of changed. There are some new things that I want to do. I got on makeup, so you can't necessarily really see it now, but you will see the scarring that I have in the video that I want to get some micro needling done. As you know, we evolve our skincare journey. I need to go back and get my eyebrows tinted and laminated just to make my life easier. It's evolving skincare because, you know, as we're getting older, things are going to have to evolve and it's going to have to make life easier. But the goal is I don't want to have to wear makeup. I would also want to look into getting another round of Botox. I did Botox a few months ago. It was wonderful. I didn't get much. I only got 25 units because it was like from a raffle. But that 25 units of Botox did me good. I'm convinced that I'm going to do it again. Not convinced that I am. I will be doing it again. Anyways, that is enough rambling. So we're going to talk about all those things and also evolving in our relationships. It's kind of hard to maintain, make new friends as you get older, especially as people get married, they have children, they move, they have life changes, different things happen. So you kind of need to change the process in the way that you show up for other people. So we're going to tie those two things together in this video. If you haven't, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I would love for your support. Not that we're chaotic over here, but we're growing. I have a goal of reaching 5,000 followers by the end of the year. I personally think I can do it. I can do it a lot faster if you subscribe and share this video. Maybe another video that probably won't be as chaotic with somebody else that might find my content entertaining or useful or relevant. If especially somebody's going through a significant life change of starting over, maybe dealing with grief, but tying in a little humor, a little chaos, a little beauty, you know, not looking like what you're going through. So with that said, let's get into today's video. This is my second time making this video. I did it a few weeks ago. Oh, the journey about to break. And when I went to edit it, I was just like, I don't think I like this. So I'm redoing it. Just a little yap session. I just washed my face. I think because I'm going to be yapping, I'm just going to re-moisturize it. I just washed it, but it's gotten kind of dry and tight since I haven't put my products on yet. To re-moisturize, like just what I just used and what I like to re-moisturize my face with during the day, I like the Evian facial spray. Also, I've been using for years is this Caudalie beauty elixir. It is one of my favorites. I have been using this for years. I personally feel like I got the girls onto this. That's how long I've been using it and sharing it, at least for 8 years on Instagram. This is what I use to wash my face. It is the Youth to the People vitamin C, ginger root, and lactic acid. But I also am going to be picking up the super greens just so I'm not using like an acid on my face every day. I feel my skin tightening up again, so let me hurry up. This is my toner. I got this a few weeks ago and I want you to see what it does to my skin. What prompted this, I feel like I'm a person that's just always kind of cautious of how I treat myself and how I treat others and what I can be doing better in my relationships, whether that's with my parents or with my nieces and nephews, and more recently, my friends. Do you see that glow? Like, instantaneous. I feel like a lot of my friendships have been changing, especially over the last year, but definitely over the course of maybe 4 to 5 years. It'll be 4 years since my brother has passed, so definitely since then. I use currently 3 serums. This one's new. I'm out of another one, so I just was kind of rotating to find something. This is the double serum light texture from Clarins. I have seen Makeup Shayla talk about this for probably maybe a year now. Good for a texture, and I'm hoping it's going to be good for pores. I know that they said that the eye one was good for eyes, but the salesperson said that this one was just as good for your eye area too. I have some scarring. You can see I generally have pretty good skin in my large pores, which I'm hoping to get a prescription for some tretinoin soon so I can start shrinking my pores. Again, another product that I've been using for years, this Codaline Vino Perfect Serum. I've been using this for years. This is I don't even know how many times I've repurchased this. I'm gonna let that soak in before I do my moisturizer. This particular season that I'm in my life, not only has it been regenerative for me, I feel like the Lord specifically has me in a couple of people's lives for a very interesting, pivotal, life-changing, albeit maybe not good season of theirs, because I kind of know how to skate and navigate my way through the trenches at this point. Do I do it perfectly? No. I think it kind of takes the focus off of me and everything that I have going on and kind of shift that energy towards being helpful and kind of getting out of my own way, but also enriching me at the same time. And because it encompasses so much, like emotionally and mentally, to be there for somebody, it kind of makes you question the other relationships that you have going on. And that's just something that I've taken note over the last few weeks, few months, of being there for people in my life that may have been going through a transition of losing someone. A few of my friends that are dealing with postpartum, they may have also lost their jobs, going through a divorce, just various seasons of loss and grief. And although I don't know what it feels like to be divorced or to lose a parent, I know what loss in general feels like, and some of these things can be applicable. This is now feeling really good. Okay, I use 3 moisturizers. Codaline, which is the one I'm going to be using today. This is the Vino Perfect Cream. When I repurchased the serum, I got the cream in a sample size, and then I fell in love with the moisturizer. But I still do use the Fresh Beauty moisturizer. First says smooth and boost radiance, and this one is for dark spots and niacinamide, which is what the Vino Perfect line is for. The other moisturizer that I do love is the Water Drench, which I will be pulling this out more now that the summer is here. I love it. It's the Peter Thomas Roth, if I didn't say that. It's just super, like, not the mic. It's just very lightweight. It has a slip to it. I heard this video, a few videos, and it was just like, you have a really close friendship, when particularly was talking about your best friends. And it prompted me to ask one of my best friends that actually lives here a question. And It was based off of a sermon that I was listening to about your gifts. And so I was just like, what do you think my gifts are? And some of the things that she was talking about was like my creativity, but also how she felt like I had a heart for people. Growing up, I would even say until my mid-20s, until I actually started doing some therapy, that I was just like, I don't think I really like people. Do I think people are trash, especially in today's era? Absolutely, yes. We're gonna pause really quick. We'll pick that up in a second. I just want to show you some of my other products that I use. My nighttime serum is the Youth Preserve from Fresh Beauty. I paired this with the same line of moisturizer. My exfoliant that I like to use, go figure, Vino Perfect. Like I said, I have a lot of scarring that I'm working through, so obviously when I do have occasional hormonal breakouts, I want to target that. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I thought I had it on a profile to where nobody can disturb me, but apparently I don't. So I don't know where I left off. I'm gonna have, if I miss anything, I'll fix it in editing. This is my vitamin C that I like to use. Although Vino Perfect is a vitamin C alternative, I do like this vitamin C serum from Sephora, but I do use the vitamin C. It is good for boosting your radiance. It's good for scarring and discoloration. Makeup. Sunscreen, Shiseido. This one you gotta shake it up. Once again, you gotta shake it up really good. Just 2 lines on your fingers. Oh, my other exfoliant, I'm gonna be replacing this. Is the Dermalogica, the Daily Micro Exfoliant. Again, I've been using that for quite a few years. I love it. It just removes all of the impurities and the dead skin away. Okay, so I let my skincare soak in. I'm just gonna do my makeup. I'm not gonna go through product by product, but if you are interested, I will link all of those below. I left off with her. Oh, I was saying that sometimes, you feel like you don't think that you actually like humans. Like you actually kind of figure out why people are dog people, because some of these Homo sapiens, they ain't right. I'm getting sidetracked. That is not what this is about. Anyway, so she was just saying how I'm deliberate and intentional when I help others, and I think I just might let you listen to what she has to say.
I've always heard you have a gifting, especially with, styling and stuff like that. Like that's a gift. You can put things together that I wouldn't even dream to put together. But I think that goes with your mind as well. Your mind is like that. You know how to piece things together. A lot of people don't know how to do this. I don't. You're genuine. You genuinely care about your friends, the people that are connected to you. You will give even if you don't have, because you want people to feel and know that, hey, someone's here, someone's thinking of you, you're not alone, type of thing. A gift too, as far as you know when to speak and when not to, if that makes any sense. You know when you're disciplined in the sense of you know how to watch your mouth. You know how to articulate, but also you articulate at the most opportune time. You know how to decipher between that. But you have, I don't like to say aura, but you have a thing about you that gravitates people, that makes people gravitate to you.
So I'm gonna let my brows and this concealer dry down a little bit, but I think as someone that's like a self-deprecator, it feels good to hear somebody speak very highly of you. It kind of points out maybe the areas that I do need to work on. And the same friend has told me before, like she mentioned that sometimes I can be a little hard. Like some things I am very harsh in my delivery with. And I think I told her this particular day also. That is just something that I'm working on. I feel like I'm that way because I'm harsh on myself. It kind of inadvertently kind of get pushes on to other people too, because I feel like I'm evaluating and looking to change things in myself. I kind of want to push other people to do the same thing, if that's being explained the right way. In her saying that, it made me realize further that I do have not even like a gift of communication or like a gift of, I would say, like explaining things. I feel like hearing her say those things, it made me feel good, but also know where I am and how I can apply certain things to certain situations, certain people when I talk to them. It's kind of like reassuring me that I might not be able to always recognize my strengths, because I might be focused on my weaknesses, but also being able to help somebody inadvertently while healing myself. For me, I think that's part of one of the bigger goals. I'm not saying that I want to be the strong soldier. Like I said before, I unsubscribed. But I think if I had to choose, if I wanted to be a strong soldier or somebody that just wasn't put through the fire, I think it's not successfully, but be able to come out of the fire versus it strengthens your character and on how to maneuver things that may happen to you later on down the line or in the future. But in this case, of the context of what I'm talking about, helping others because they've seen you do it, so it kind of gives them strength to do the same thing. We're not really taught about suffering. It seems, especially like with social media, that people aren't really going through stuff. It might just seem like a highlight reel. And so how would you know who to turn to if the people that you're constantly around or looking at, they pretty much punking out and they can't help you go through something? I think social media has like deceived us that people aren't really going through things. And I think, yes, people should definitely keep things private. That is everyone's prerogative. There are things that I don't share. When we are able to, in a helpful and discerning way, explain these things to people, like, hey, hardships are going to come. This is kind of what you need to do to kind of navigate out of this space. It is a hard and difficult space to get in. Anxiety, anxiousness, depression inevitably will set in. I'm here as a tool or a resource for you, but also friendship comes along with some ugly things, as does relationship. I also think that, social media has made it seem like maybe we don't actually need people around. Oh, everything looks good, like she don't need my help with anything, when that actually could be farther from the truth. Like, social media is literally a highlight reel. Like, it is. Like, people think that you can just check in on social media, but in real life, there's not like a good in-person outlet. Like, if you're going through something, I think having been on the other side of loss and grief and being in another city or feeling alone or whatnot, I have anyone, just knowing how valuable it is to reach out to people and just to periodically check in and not rely heavily on social media. Oh, I didn't put my blush on. Not little Miss Blush. I forgot to put her blush on. I want to actually share what evolving in life after loss, after starting over, looks like at a particular age. I think because I've gone through like seasons of not being around at the time really close friends, and then having to make friends where I was, and then having like a difficult schedule. It was kind of hard to maintain relationships, and then having to scale back, do some inner work, do some healing. I'm going through this. I'm not doing well doing it by myself. Like I need to like put myself out there and like meet some friends, or be reciprocal to the people that are showing up for me. I feel like this is all over the place. Oh my God. I am, as of yesterday, it's been a year since kind of the beginning of my life kind of changing, and that's really been heavy on my mind. Just how far I've come in the last year, how much I've lost, how much I've reevaluated friendships. I think maybe that's why subconsciously it prompted me to ask that, because I really wasn't aware of it at the time. I think that's one reason why I'm like kind of, my brain, my thoughts aren't really where I want them to be. So I don't know if this is coming off right, but I think having to having to be aware of all that's transpired in the last year, most definitely. And then the last few years since my brother passed, it's kind of like put a lot of things in perspective for me, as far as relationships and putting people actually, when I say where they belong, I don't mean that to come off harshly, but where they put you, essentially. I found myself becoming friends with women that are a little bit older than I am. And not even just a little bit older, they are in what I consider very aspirational relationships, and very healthy from what they choose to share, when I am inquisitive or when I ask questions. I found those connections to be really valuable where I want to end up, where I take advice from, like as a person and marital. I think where I'm going with this is I'm actually trying to practice being a friend that I want, which is not easy. It requires time and commitment, actual sacrifice. I found myself after loss, after love and loss, and then after more loss again, you have to show up in a different way for people. And that might look different for whoever the individual is. Maybe that's taking your girlfriend out, or in some cases, pulling up and popping up on them. But actually, just evaluating, I feel like I'm getting emotional now. Being there for people, because people are going through so many different things that you don't know about. Life can be harsh, and it can be very cruel. And if you don't have people around you, it's really easy to get mixed up with the wrong people, and what my friend was telling me and what I gather myself, trying not to cry, having gone through really strenuous seasons, it's always better when you have people in your corner, which is what I was leaning to say before my emotions started to kick in, is would rather not go through any of that stuff. But kind of tying what I was saying earlier, it strengthens your foundation. So in like a parable of like building a house, let's take like a house in the Caribbean. Those houses are built different than the houses in the Great Plains because of the hurricanes. Like those houses are built with concrete. Having to go through all those different storms, it strengthens your foundation and how you actually show up for yourself and show up for other people. I think I got halfway around the world, turned around back, and then kind of made my way back to what I was trying to get out and share in the video. But hopefully you got something from out of it. So again, I'm sorry for all of the rambling. Like I said, this time frame of the last few days internally and looking back in hindsight has been very chaotic one for me. I will probably pick this up in another video and probably better eloquently express these things to you. In the meantime, find any and all of my product recommendations below in the description bar. It will be linked, especially to my Like to Know It, directly to Sephora or Ulta. I am probably gonna get out the house now because it's not clear now. I'm in a tizzy. Get some fresh air, some fresh vitamin D, and I'm gonna head to Ulta. And if this wasn't too much for you, too much rambling, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for the next one. And I hope you are better for yourself and better for your relationships. And until the next one, peace.